everybody, it's me, your GM, Jeffrey, and I'm coming at you yet again at the start of the episode to apologize for my audio being so lackluster in this. It was right when we started recording, and I had not yet figured out how this mic in general operates in junction with my soundboard. And as you can tell, just moving to the side a little bit on this mic kind of makes me way quieter than it should. I need to get a new mic because this one works for now as long as I'm right here. But if I'm over here, you guys can't really hear me that much. If I'm over here, you can't hear me that much. And for those of you that are just audio, I'm moving my head side to side because this mic is very, very picky because it only wants to really pick up my audio if I am right up on it. Like I could be 4 to 6 inches away from it, but my voice needs to be right dead center on the mic, right here in the front. It can't be on the side over here. Can't be on the side over here. It has to be right in front. So yet again, I apologize for my audio. It's way better than it was last episode, but for the purposes of just in case you couldn't hear me right before we actually go into the actual episode, on the previous episode, our agents went to go see the medical examiner in order to see what had been found out about the bodies of Tybalt Greaves and his lover. They went there and they found out that there was a jurisdictional issue, so the autopsy hadn't been performed yet because the federal government had decided, is this belong to the county or does this belong to us? And even at the current point where we are in the story right now, if you go on YouTube, you could see the current episodes because we stream directly to YouTube and then it uploads, so you could catch the newest installments right there on YouTube right now. But the jurisdictional issue has not been solved, but our agents were able to convince the medical examiner to perform the autopsy with the help of young, plucky April, who got some nice surgery points added to her skill tree because of that. They, unfortunately, because of that, released some sort of thing from within the depths of his body. And things happened. Nobody died, but things happened. So that's what happened in the previous episode. We're going to go into my actual recap right now. Yet again, I apologize for me being so quiet, but it is way better than it was last episode. So thank you so much and enjoy.
So, previously on Family Questscape, our agents had been tasked with going and finding out what happened to a geneticist that had died under very mysterious circumstances, to the point that the FBI and the CDC were called in, which is what clued in Delta Green to come in on this operation. You guys were flown out to Seattle. You guys assessed the scene of the crime. You talked to the neighbors. You learned about dogs and other animals going missing. You guys saw that there were odd crows and even captured one of these odd crows and found that it has a single, like a couple human fingers growing out of it. And from that, you guys later tested that and found out that it has the DNA of a former Air Force officer named Daniel Ulee, who died in 1992. You guys then make your way over to the county coroner's office and talk with the county coroner. His name is Dr. Stubbs, and you guys were able to convince him to perform an autopsy on the bodies because they are in like this vertigo state at the moment where no one can touch them because they can't decide if the jurisdiction for this case belongs to the county or to the federal government. But you guys were able to convince him to do that. And while Yuri was doing security, walking around the coroner's office, Quinn was doing some testing on the computers, and April was helping Dr. Stubbs with the autopsy. This thing burst out of the first open incision out of the chest cavity of the female, because you guys saw the body of the geneticist, Dr. Greaves, and it was literally just blue glass in the shape of a man. But this thing burst out, and you guys were able to successfully get it down on the ground and subdue it and kill it. And right as Yuri burst into the room, and you see this thing slough off of April's shoulder and fall onto the floor. Quinn is right there with his gun as well. What do you guys do? As Dr. Stubbs comes back too, and He's got that. So, what exactly are we doing that thing? Because you guys also decided to recruit him as a friendly to Delta Green.
We will, well, it will definitely need to be tested, for sure. Whatever it is. Where did this come from? And why are you so out of breath?
Quite a fright, seeing that thing exit the chest cavity as we ribcage. Right as he starts to explain this, you guys can hear, and Yuri, with your 80 in alertness, you see this thing on the ground that's supposed to be dead start undulating and moving.
Pull out my gun and I shoot it.
You're going to shoot it?
Yeah, with my handgun. It's just like, it's one of those things. I expect it's just like, it's like instinct with him. Like, he's been on entity disposal for so long, he sees like someone like that, like flinch, and you just like, that's just second nature, just kind of like a cowboy, quick on the draw and high noon. He sees it flinch, he's like, poof. That's 54 under 60.
54 under 60? Yeah, you fire a bullet into this thing. It hits this thing. This thing goes, splat with the force of the bullet back on the ground. And it stops moving for a second. Let's wait. 2 minutes go by, eventually 5 minutes, and it starts moving again.
Can April just start stomping on it?
Let's say unarmed combat.
Okay.
Is there any? Can I look for jars?
Is there
any jars around? Any jars?
Yeah, go ahead and roll search for me in this tense thing before we roll initiative, because technically this thing's going down and getting back up, so there's no real reason to roll initiative right now because it's literally regenerating and dying.
What is that? I can't see. 0 and 2.
That's a 2?
Okay, I got a 2.
That is a 2. Yeah, you stomp on this thing, no problem. I think that's just a D4 minus, bare hands and feet, that's a D4 minus 1. You splat into this thing, go ahead and roll a D4.
1.
But it's still in that like kind of regeneration, like undulation stage. When you said you're gonna roll search, go ahead and roll search for me.
2 and 43.
Even with the failure, you see a bunch of glass jars like beakers and Erlenmeyer flasks and everything around you, but I assume you're looking for something that can contain this thing. And you, with all the glass around, you're not seeing like a container style glass. So back over to Yuri real quick before this thing gets its first turn.
Yuri is gonna, I guess with alertness, he's gonna look for some kind of like bucket or containment. He's thinking, because this thing is now moving and like we don't know how to kill it now.
This thing is about the size of a large grapefruit, like maybe the size of like half the size of a baby's head, the size of like Imogen's head, if that makes any sense, like a 1-year-old's head.
I'm thinking he's gonna try to like you know exactly what I'm gonna say, like he's gonna get like a bucket or something and drop it on top of it so he can contain it until we can like get it secured and maybe test it before disposal, because whatever this thing is, it's regenerating and it just came out of a body. He doesn't know that, but getting the entity contained for the time being is what he's looking at.
With your alertness status, I'll just give it to you. You're able to find like within the room, you see like a biohazard waste disposal bucket, and that's perfect. Like the kind of bin that he's throwing his sharps into. But so you just you grab the sharps bin real quick and go return in the order, and it'll be this thing who is currently underneath the foot of April, and it's gonna.
Can we tell kind of like what this thing's looks like it's made out of? Is it gelatinous?
It's made of organic, like fleshy material. You could tell that very easily. It's organic, but it's got like that, like a kind of like if you guys can look on the Roll20 Discord, that picture. There's a picture of this thing like as it would have grown before. It's like a purplish mass, basically. Right now, it's going to use its turn to just try and get out from underneath your foot. So let's 46 for I was doing a dodge roll. That is a failure for this thing. So it is currently just stuck underneath your shoe, April, and we're back at you. 46 over 45.
Can I take my like jacket off and try to wrap it up in that? Like kind of like scoop it up, and tie it off?
Make a straight dex times 5 roll for that. Dexterity times 5.
Okay, so 34 over 55.
Yeah, you easily take your swoosh your jacket off with one hand and just plant it on top of this thing. As you see Yuri grabbing that biohazard bucket, that sharp spin, and Quinn, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look for see if there's any acids or some kind of chemical fire hydrant.
My goodness.
Fine. 73.
Y'all are about to see this. No, Yuri's gonna take the bucket, put it on top of the entity.
It's currently wrapped in a blanket. I mean, in April's jackets. Yeah. I'll actually give you a plus 20% for an assist because she's helping you with it already being kind of secured.
And that's gonna be a 29 under 90.
Yeah, no problem. You guys get this, whatever this thing is, into this red biohazard bin. You put it in there, you put the top on there, and now it's just banging around. So we're now out of initiative order again because you've got this thing contained.
I just posted a new AI photo of Dragunov in the Discord, and it's the one that I just had ChatGPT generate, and it's legit really good. That's the anti-material rifle that it usually has with him on his side.
Dr. Stubbs is just like,
no, I need you to be 100% on this with me. As you'll see in the other kind of thing happen like this with the other bodies since this happened. I know that they just quickly arrive. You may not have time to look at them, but has anything mysterious happened like this to this point? He was just basically, he was asking him if at any point has anything other mysterious happened with the bodies besides this thing bursting out.
Just everything that happened with this thing was breaking point. So just roll
94 over 52.
So, are you projecting?
Wait, what happens if you hit your breaking point? I'm not there yet, but pretty close if I don't project it. So what happens?
I believe it's you go temporarily insane, and if you take max while doing so, you get a disorder.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it just to play it out, for funsies.
Control, and you go temporarily insane. You could flee, struggle, or submit.
So I'm insane now then, right? With 6.
Yep.
But do I put myself at my breaking point then, or I was at 52? So would I go down to 46, or would I need to go down to 41?
If you're taking that, you don't really readjust your breaking point until you hit your breaking point. So that's just your new level.
So
I'll say that seeing this has gripped you, and you are going to be paralyzed and unable to do anything or help or even move for the next in-game 10 minutes. So it's not going to be that long, but you are currently locked in place because this thing was attached to your foot.
in shock.
Yeah, you're in shock right now. What about the other Quinn?
I 73, and then I rolled a 5 for my damage.
Unless you decide to project this, will be locked in place because unless Yuri succeeds and gets a below a 5.
It's already game over, huh?
What'd you get, Yuri?
We were rolling for sanity, right? It's 18 under 70. It's just another day in the office for Yuri.
Basically shell-shocked. They're locked in place, not moving. April still has her hands out as if she's still holding her jacket. You can see Quinn is just standing. Dr. Stubbs.
I projected mine also, by the way, because I would have hit my breaking point.
You guys notice Dr. Stubbs and April are currently just not moving, and they are staring at this bucket that's just rattling around, making that sound coming from this sharp spin that you guys have put this creature, this thing in.
Am I stuck also? Since I rolled a 5.
If you're projecting it, go ahead and you have to roll a d4. You can project that, and then whatever's left.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
Yeah, so you could project 4 one of your bonds, and then take 1 point just for.
And I'm 4 points away from my breaking point.
When your agent loses sanity, you may spend willpower to reduce that. The amount is always 1d4, and you reduce your willpower by that much. If your agent still has at least 1 willpower, reduce the sanity loss by the amount of willpower spent. So yeah, you would lower your sanity by 1, and you can project 4 onto one of your bonds.
Okay.
We've been doing that a bit wrong, but it's a minor thing. So which bond are you projecting that onto for me to mark it down?
My father, Talen.
They come too, and Yuri, you're holding this bin with this thing that's just bashing around. You guys do?
I look
Trying
in
to
the
think
other room and see if I can find the fire extinguisher or.
Yeah, and considering that take your time, I'll give you a plus 20 to the search roll. Especially considering you're also at the same time you're also on alert because this thing just popped out of this body.
Yeah, I rolled a 55. My original search is 43 plus 20 would be 63. So 55.
That is
Over
a
63.
chemical fire hydrant, the CO2 fire hydrant, like right out in the hallway behind some glass. You break the glass, you grab the fire hydrant, you take it back.
And I'd like to see if spraying this in that bucket or something would neutralize this thing. But I'd have to, I don't know if it'd work. But I figured cold and chemicals. Okay.
Maybe just a you know what?
I think that makes sense.
48.
And it stops. Pull the nozzle out. Yuri seals it back up. 30 seconds. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. This thing doesn't come back. You have successfully neutralized whatever this creature is.
That was smart thinking there, Mr. T. Good job. And he gives you a pat on the back.
I get a few good ideas every once in a while.
He goes to give you a handshake, but you can tell that he's got a shaky hand because of this entire situation.
All right. It seems that we have a situation contained. I'm not going to leave room again, but I will post up and kind of chill. Science isn't my forte. My forte is point gun and shoot and kill. So you guys have fun. And he kind of looks at April. Shadowfox, you good?
I need a cigarette.
Let's boys. Go outside. Go have smoke. I think Dragonite follows Shadowfox out. What did we say remind me, what did we say that his thing was?
Smelling salts.
It's not smelling salts, that's right. I think he just kind of goes out there and he just kind of go into Linden ear because him being an entity disposal, he's familiar with what just happened.
You guys have done enough uppers to last you a good, I'd say 6 to 8, if I'm remembering correctly. You guys have got at least 6 hours.
I'm more having a cigarette just because April has now become a chain smoker in general, and I think after that she'd want one.
Yeah, after a situation like that, a smoke. You go outside.
I guess try to assist that guy and whatever. If they do some testing on that entity. I don't know.
I'll say he's already, put some. I'll say this. Dr. Stubbs comes up to you and he hands you this plastic container, this little plastic thing, and he goes, "Put these." And you look down and he's handed you a container with some sterile gloves. And considering your comrades have gone outside, he hands you those gloves. He opens up this container and he shows you how to put on the gloves because he puts on his own. And he reaches into the sharps bin and pulls it out, and it's got a few needles and scalpels and utensils and stuff sticking out. And he grabs some surgical forceps and just starts pulling all of those out of him. He gets it all out and he just slops this thing onto a morgue table. And he looks at you and he goes,
I don't know. What was my Gabriel? Was there testing equipment in this place, like DNA or?
Yeah, there's definitely those sorts of, considering they would need it to be able to identify a body in order to call people in. So yeah, absolutely, they have that. He goes, of course, expertise, and he points to the corner, and you see the blood vials and everything, the vacuum seal blood vials. Give me a 20 gauge needle and a syringe. We can take a sample. We need to biopsy this thing. You guys go about doing all of this, and I'll just go ahead and make that roll for him. He has no issue doing that. That was a 17. Yeah, he has no issue at all. Hands it over to you and says, "Take it." He just points to a machine. He starts rubbing his hands together as Quinn and Dr. Stubbs begin testing. You two are outside. April, you're sparking up your first smoke. Yuri, you just a few seconds after, you just step outside after. It's nice and easy.
You okay?
This job sucks, you know it. You
This
tell me
job
you
is,
like this?
This job is challenge. It's not exactly what I initially signed up for, but I'm good at what I do. So I don't argue. I just do job.
How are you supposed to live a normal life after this?
Leans on the
Your
wall,
body-
and he looks, and you don't live. You don't live regular life after this. The key is learning how to manage the life, and live for a better self. Mm. You try
Okay,
not to
Yoda.
let this bleed into your life. You create walls for yourself. You create boundaries for yourself. You tell your loved ones you go on hunting trip. You tell Job that you are taking time off, a leave. You're following a lead. Sometimes though, you just got to get away. Sometimes it's the things that you didn't do rather than the things that you did that get you on the night.
Is your sanity score, because that sanity score represents how your character is holding together in this world. So if you're at a high score, you've not really got anything to worry about. But if you're like getting close to 50 and going lower and lower, keep in mind what that score is and add that to how your character is acting, because your character is losing it slowly as these things happen, because these aren't things people are meant to see.
You're sitting at a nice cozy 69. Nice.
I'm like 46, so I can be kind of erratic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have a drink? Because I really need a drink. Like, and April's kind of like pulling at her hair a little bit. Not like pulling it out, but like just like obviously stressed and like, on the edge. And she's going to flick off one cigarette and light up another. And she's like pacing the sidewalk. And she's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to be a wife and be a mother. And I just stomped on who knows what's fucking head.
Say, you don't know how to be a wife. You don't know how to be a mother. This is true. How do you think you can put yourself back into that situation when you have seen the things you have seen and you have done the things that you have done? Shadow Fox, we have not known each other very long. I've seen you do some terrible, terrible things. Things that make me shudder in the night. Or I should say. I've seen things that I still can't even comprehend. And I can't put myself in your shoes. I don't have spouse. I don't have children. All I have is the job. What pushes me through? The next job.
You don't want anything else? Like this is enough for you?
The payout will be rewarding eventually. Maybe one day I can go home to Russia, live a good life. Maybe make my own vodka. I don't know. I didn't put too much thought to it. I just know one thing. I'm good at what I do, and I follow orders. But I want you to think. You say you don't know how to be wife or mother, but would you want them in the circumstance that you are in? Would you want your loved ones handling the things that you have handled? I tell you what, I don't have very many loved ones left, and I sure wouldn't want them to see the things I've seen, see the things that I've done. I just keep quiet, keep a fake smile. You learn to laugh, maybe uncontrollably sometimes. But you will find a way. It's not easy, but you will find a way.
All right, let's go back inside. Let's not leave Quinn with Dr. or no, what do we call it? Mr. T with Dr. Frankenstein in there.
What is that payout that Yuri is talking about? What is he looking for? Is it the survival of humanity? Is that why Yuri does this?
I don't think Yuri knows.
I mean, he
Thank-
said several times he just kind of follows orders, so maybe he just doesn't think beyond that.
He has Spetsnaz experience. His job was military operations, and then he gets involved in the Russian version of Delta Green, and it's all he's ever known as military life. And the transition from leaving Russia to go into America, like his Russian mindset hasn't set completely to American ideals. He doesn't like the idea of thinking so far forward about like retirement or a goal or an end goal is it's not something that he's ever put feet on the ground. His life is just living day by day and following the orders as he is seeing fit. He was taught in Russia never to question orders, so it's just all his mind thinks is just as if it's just a never-ending military scheme or operation. I think that's why he has that developing relationship with Father Owen, because Father Owen is grounded, and maybe that's something we explore a little further with that. But I mean, Yuri is just there.
Done the exception of you guys make your way back inside, and we're going to swap back. You and Dr. Stubbs are looking inside this microscope. You see something very familiar as you guys are looking, and look at roll 20, and you guys see that blue blood you collected on the scene, and as you see this, the only thing that goes through your mind is what is going through Quinn's mind is as you see the sample that you've seen multiple times at this point. And this is a fresh one. You took this. The only difference is you've seen like inert cells. This one is freshly inert. So it looks just like the other ones you've seen. But you got this from the fresh sample. And as you're mulling that over, when Yuri and April come back in, and at the same time, you guys hear bing as that centrifuge powers down to give you guys that. And you all culminate, and you two see the same thing that Dr. Stubbs and Mr. T are looking at. You guys see the blue blood sample.
What are we looking at here? This is what they call the science. Yes, and he kind of looks at April. He's trying to make light of what just happened, trying to bring the mood back up, trying to see if she like his little joke there maybe gets some kind of reaction.
I don't think so. I think April's kind of out of it, and I don't think she's really paying attention. I don't think she would think anything of it really so much because she knew it was related. Like whatever alien inside was related to the overall case. So I don't think she's that surprised, but I don't think she's really paying that much attention either.
DNA results from the printout of that centrifuge. That's what you guys did that. This is what pops up. And you guys see that it is a DNA sample for one deceased Daniel Air Force Lieutenant.
And this was the one that showed.
Yep, but the Air Force, that DNA was also at the
It
house.
was out of the crow.
Yeah, that was on the crow.
This guy died in the 90s, this Air Force.
92. I got 92 written down. This is most interesting. If this information is correct, we may have to look into more of Ulee.
We need the other body. We need to see if the crow and this body, if we're gonna find the same DNA in the other body.
That is good idea. I think we need opportunity rest. Mr. You corner man, creepy happy smile. Do you think you can?
Yeah, there's his character sheet for you. He's got a character sheet. Bam.
I gotta wait for it.
He actually looks less creepy than I imagined.
He looks like what I think Dana Carvey would look like at 76. I wasn't here, Six Flags guy. We need to, how you say, we need to go to fuck to sleep. So let's lock this down. I don't want anybody to have access to this except us three. And if I send somebody, they will have to use special code phrase. And yes, that will do for this evening. You find a way, like I said, lock it down, and you get rest yourself. It has been challenging. I will give you orders tomorrow, and we will go from there. Sound good?
You're closed. There might be possible contamination or biohazard. Nobody gets the fuck in.
He's locked.
Yeah, and then I think we're gonna try to go look at the other body the next day. I don't know. Isn't it far away? Don't we have to like fly or drive there?
Yeah,
I thought the CDC took it. Okay, got you.
Just to show you guys, because you're gonna find out about it in a little bit. If you look at roll 20, that plane crashed.
Crashed, dude, and why? I mean, what was the reason?
The characters don't know about
What was on that? What was on that flight?
thing that was taken from the site except for the bodies.
Oh. Yeah, we're saying the bodies are under quarantine, hyper specialized quarantine. I'm pretty sure we have because they're worried of an outbreak. So I think that'll help get us the credentials. If the CDC people crashed, we don't know that they crashed, but if CDC crashed, they're not going to send CDC to look at the bodies. So I think the quarantine lock will help keep FBI and local law enforcement out for at least for a brief period of time. But I think just giving the lie and ruse that it's to help prevent an outbreak will probably be sufficient.
And it crashed somewhere within an hour, because at 9:46 a.m. Air Control loses contact with the flight 191. So yeah, it's already crashed. You guys just don't know about that.
He wouldn't know that about the crash, but he's thinking. I thought logically about the whole CDC thing, but he's just thinking. He's like, yeah, if you say you can get some like disease or outbreak, then yeah, they'll stay out of there. Well, it's either that or we take the bodies. We could do that. We could take them to safe house. There's laboratory at safe house.
It's just an inconspicuous house. Hughes was at the crime scene. It was at Tipple's house.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Mississippi, Shelfa.
Let's go to sleep.
Taking you guys back to the
It'll be-
safe house.
It'll be me, pro driver. Yeah.
Do you listen to Rush
He turns the radio off.
conversation?
There's no conversation that he will initiate. Him turning the radio off was to kind of give them silence because he knows that they all just kind of had a minute. He wanted to give them a moment because he knows his stuff may be aggravating to them. And though he typically wouldn't care, he realizes that not everybody's used to this like he is.
So the sanity points, the only way to get them back is through therapy, right? Like if somebody has
And depending on
well, like what's psychotherapy do?
Like psychotherapy as a skill?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be for you. It'd be like for getting like your own sanity back. I think it'd be like your ability, like reading people, like diagnosing, like the mental aspect of reading people, if that makes sense. So like if somebody's telling you their life story or they're telling you something that happened, like you might be able to read into what they're saying probably better than.
Or even like talking somebody off a ledge, kind of, you know?
someone down when a disorder begins to.
Oh, well, fuck.
So
Were you going to try to help me?
Yeah.
That would have been nice of you.
you can, but it's a base of 10 unless you got something better.
I got 30.
Oh, you got 30? So yeah,
Oh.
you could absolutely say if you succeed, April will get 1 point back. If it's a critical, it'll be a D4.
I just don't want to fuck myself because I don't have that much either.
You lose 1d4 sanity.
All right, I'll try it.
Have to play it out too.
Like it make I feel like if he failed it, it should also make the other person maybe like have to roll too, because like you could make somebody trip out way worse.
If you're resisting at say basics,
I only want to resist if he fails, but so no, it's fine.
Like,
Hold on. Before you roll, could we say me turning off the radio as a gesture is some kind of percentage help towards that? It doesn't have to be no 20%. Doesn't have to be no 20%. I'm not trying, but like percent.
5 to 10.
All right, here we go. 13. I gotta say so.
Yeah, play it out.
Shit. Fuck, I'm gonna give myself fucking sanity trying to think something up. I'm gonna pull out a flask, hand it to her. Yeah, some kind of whiskey or something. Oh, well, fuck, you're an alcoholic, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna drink it. So how full was it? Because I'm just gonna keep chugging it till it's gone. However much was in it. Okay, I want to drink that whole thing.
It does. It's about 3 shots and it gives you a nice buzz going. But it definitely does take the edge off the unnatural that you guys experienced. Get 1 point of sanity back from him helping you with psychotherapy.
And a famous quote from my favorite therapist, Fraba. I can't remember what movie that's from. Jack Nicholson.
Anger management.
Anger management, that's it.
Car stops. You guys arrived at the perfect time in order to slip in. Let's see.
What time is it? Okay.
And actually, considering that this op will take you guys several days, depending on what you guys do. If you like, you guys can go ahead and level up your skills and reset your skills. Any skills that you failed on, you could go ahead and up those.
Right now? How do we do that again?
D4 minus 1 added to the failed skills. And then you erase your marker so you can start it.
Okay. And you don't need to know those, or we tell you those?
I don't need to.
Well, I got a 4, so 3 added to my alertness. So I'm at 47. And get to add 3 to my drive. And adding 2 to my persuade. No, that brings me up to 73 on persuade, so that's pretty good. Adding 2 to my biology.
If you roll a 1, it's just a 1, or is it 0 now with the -1?
It's a put stubs on the board for you so you guys can see his face whenever you go to the board.
I now have a 1 in forensics.
Well, I have a 2 in surgery. So there's a small chance you could survive a surgery by me. I'm just because you only have to accidentally flip my dice and I only thought it served. 2, 1. Okay, I think I'm through all mine.
I'm done.
I don't think Yuri failed anything unless he failed to persuade.
Check. Sorry, my headset was acting. My I only had the one skill, forensics, and went up by 3%.
You guys get your rest. You could reset your willpower back to its maximum because you guys have got some rest. You wake up. Just wake up. You guys get there at roughly like 3 a.m. Do you guys take a full 8 hours? Do you take longer?
I think Yuri, with his military lifestyle, he's learned he doesn't need probably as much sleep as what people would say the standard 8 hours. He probably gets by on 6 most of the time. So probably sleeping about 6 hours is just what he'd probably do. Maybe a little less, maybe 5.5. Yeah.
Sorry. What time do you think that we got there? 2 or 3? Okay, I'm gonna say I've slept 5 hours because I want to get up and run because that's what April does. So
Yeah.
I see her going out, clear her head with. Go ahead and roll athlete athletic.
a 2 over 51.
Goes great. You come back. You are ready to continue this operation. What about the two of you? I'd say you go for about like a 30-minute run, just enough to wake you up and get the blood flowing.
Great. Yuri does something similar. He doesn't run though. He does like early morning calisthenics workouts, so like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, like 100 crunches. Like this is like stuff he does like in a period of like 30 to 40 minutes. 28 or 80.
Sweat, and about the same time that you get done is when April comes in.
Donuts and coffee, bitches. And she's just gonna throw a box of donuts on the counter, and she's got one of those drink carriers with coffee.
Yuri comes out. He doesn't have a shirt on, and he has like one of like those neck towels like wrapped around his neck, and he's all like, he looks at you funny because like he's thirsty and he wants water, and you're just like, coffee and donuts. And he's kind of like, what?
Forgetting about Mr.
I do some push-ups and sit-ups and I get 82 over 52.
It is, but you are out of breath, and it feels like this is the first time you've ever tried to work out in your life, and it doesn't hit you until you just give up about 15 minutes in. You don't get your full workout, and that's because you're already sore because you forgot to stretch. You're just so ready to go that you're just like, okay, this few hours of your day are going to be pretty rough because you
Hold a hammy.
You know what I had envisioned? He probably saw Yuri working out, and he goes, I should work out too. And he goes, that's what happens. He forgot to stretch.
I said since he was a tech guy, he should have been doing finger exercises.
and is just sitting there on the couch with an ice pack on his shoulders, and he's just
I hate my life.
Now he sees this second image of Quinn sitting there and kind of looks at him, and he goes, and what happened to you?
Don't ask.
as you guys are doing this, since you are the ranking operative on this mission, you see your phone start going off because I'll assume you guys just like kept your phones like on the it has like an island counter in the kitchen area, and you guys kept your phones like right there. You hear your phone going off, and I'm assuming it's like that. And you look down.
It wasn't. It is now.
You look down, and you see that
He kind of he takes his towel and he kind of like starts drying his hair with it, and then he just kind of casually picks up the phone like it's just any other day. Like yo, who calling me? Like what the fuck up, bitch? Like what up? Affirmative. Is there one in safe house? I typically probably there's probably television here. And then I guess he walks into the living room and picks up the remote and he goes, What am I supposed to be looking at something? I turn on the news.
it's Seattle at the local Seattle's best coffee shop. Private investigator Evelyn. Actually, no. It actually tells me it was a Qdoba. It wasn't a Seattle's best. At a shootout with an unknown shooter at a Qdoba and was gravely wounded and moved to moved to Swedish Medical Center for surgery and is currently in a coma. We are looking for any and all, and it keeps going into that how they're looking for witnesses and people to come forward on anybody who have seen whatever had happened. Pretty sure.
I think I heard something about it.
Yeah, you guys.
I think Leevi got disconnected.
No, he's here. He's here with me. I just had to go to the bathroom, so he popped on his own phone.
Oh, gotcha.
Everything about Tybalt Greaves. He worked for the Seattle Times. He told you that as he tried to sneak on the property before you guys went to go see Stubbs, that he thought nobody was going to be there because of what happened at the mall.
That's right. That's right. About they burnt them all, or you took in this
You can't be coincident.
this shooting? This
This is all connected somehow. Look into it when you can.
And it cuts off. And if you give me 1 second, I will put up a picture of.
Was he on speaker, or do me and Quinn not know what was said?
the protocol would not have dictated that phone call was protocol. I was at ear only.
Okay, so we don't know, and so we're just sitting there staring at you and the TV or the TV.
Yep.
So I'm
Probably the
just
TV.
staring
Y'all
at
are
you
probably
then.
actually listening.
No,
You're
I
probably
would
getting more TV.
definitely be nosy. I would listen to both ADHD, but I would be staring at you like, what was that about?
Well, these may be connected.
Okay.
Looks like
So at least 3 separate incidences are all connected. The mall, this, maybe, and then at the lab.
that is what headquarters thinks.
So what's our next move?
It's second dawn of the second day. The plane from CTC should have landed. We'll have Mr. T. He looks at you. We will see what they have categorized from that flight. So maybe we might be able to start getting information about what was in the house. And then he looks at April and he goes, "You and I, we are going to the mall. We are going to look at the site of this incineration. While we do that, so I'll go look at that. I will drop you off at the coroner and see what new information he may have found on the bodies."
Excuse me, drop me where?
No, the coroner.
No. I'm not going there without somebody. I got a problem with stubs and little octopus-like creatures on my shoulder. I just ran the fuck away. I ain't having somebody without watching my 10. No way. No way. You volunteer for that. I'll go to the mall.
Did you say I was going somewhere?
No, you get to sit safe on the computer. I ain't going to no damn corners. I was already half out of her mind. There ain't no way she's going.
Then we'll stop on the way. But we have orders dictate we need to go check this fire, so that has to be an express as well.
Okay, I'll go, but I ain't going alone. And she's gonna grab the box of donuts and stomp her little butt to the car.
Wait. What about the jelly filled?
Got him.
Okay.
So you guys went to a donut shop after?
I did after my run. I walked in and said, "Coffee and donuts, bitches." No, she ain't.
A CDC flight?
April is not leaving Yuri's side.
I can go with April's. Like, I can probably do all my computer shit.
Yuri just said that we'd stop at the corner and then go to the mall.
Guess somewhere else.
I mean, do you have one of those fancy super hacker computers that it doesn't matter where you are, you're always connected to the internet? And like you're
I
like,
got hotspot.
you're like, hold on, I can go reroute myself into this heavily guarded network. I got highway hacker looking ass.
To the medical center where she is. If you look at the map, the strip mall is over there. The shooting was like way over here near Greaves' house. It's a lot of driving, so make a drive roll.
What is that? That is a 55 under 60. We are going to Stubbs's first. I guess Mr. Is Mr. Hacker sitting in the back seat with his fancy computer?
I'm assuming I was going with, yeah. I can like hotspot my way there. I got a government computer, satellite shit, NSA.
Just get there with absolute.
April's just standing there shooting him dirty look. She's not forgiving him for running away.
What new information have you gleaned from looking at bodies?
And how would you know that?
Cells of this.
The
cells to vibrate, heat up, and burst in glorious explosion. Death, as we initially discovered, a high concentrated dose of carbon dioxide will neutralize the cells of this creature, but also excessive heat and fire. Most importantly, he goes over at this point, in between the two bodies, Amanda Griffin on his left, and the glass that was Tibble Greaves on his right. Watch this. And he actually has extra, like, UV glasses ready, like those orange glasses for, like, protection in a laboratory setting. He hands each of you the glasses, you put them on, and he just has a handheld UV light. And he goes, "This may appear barbaric, but trust me, it's for the good of science." And he actually just takes a scalpel and, like, carves off a huge chunk of flesh from the top of Amanda Greaves's chest. I mean, Amanda Griffin's chest. And he places it on a separate, like, morgue table. And he shines the UV light at it. And just like those pictures that you saw taken at the crime scene of when Tybalt was turned into this glass, within seconds, it goes from flesh to black to blue glass. Whatever this thing is, won't be able to move in daylight, because it dies in the presence of the ultraviolet bound in abundance in sunlight. We can see he's extremely excited by the notion of this, because he's found a way to keep this thing from moving, and he is giving you that information. It's just fascinating. And you can also tell he hasn't slept. He has been up all night. You can see multiple coffee stains on his body. You see he smells like cigarettes himself, and he's kind of in that manic state where he should probably get some rest. But he needed to give you guys this information. He needed to be here with this information when you guys arrived.
So where's the bucket with the freak in it?
It's still in the bucket, and he points to the corner. You guys see the.
Can I grab the surgical saw and walk over there and just grab it, unwrap it, and just try to saw it in half? I just want to, because I want to see if it'll disappear as I cut it.
You see the sterile gloves, and you open them up, you put on your gloves, you take it out, and you start cutting it out, and it's like, because the CO2 had basically like frozen it like nitrogen, because you guys pumped so much in there, it kind of like breaks off like brittle, because as soon as you touch it.
Right. Plus, I'm cutting through the coat as well. I just want to cut the body straight in half. It doesn't do anything.
Creature doesn't react because and he actually does hand each of you a UV light, like a little.
And then Yuri reaches into his pocket. He pulls out a card with a green triangle on it and hands it to the doctor. Says, "Good work. Welcome to the program." And just as he hands the card to Stubbs, I imagine Stubbs will flip it over and there'll be a phone number on there.
Is it a phone number? Get to it.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. Like it's like a QR code.
Something. Am I? And you can tell like that was like kind of like a rhetorical question to himself, but he does also look at you guys at the same time. What's the next step?
All the things you'll know what to do. Orders will come. In the meantime, dispose of these effectively. Find good reason to. Maybe headquarters will give you resources to say that it was outbreak. You burn them to stop outbreak. It's an idea. I don't know. But follow orders. You may hear back from us while we are still on the area, or if you have any other information, you can contact.
No, keep a sample.
Without saying anything, Yuri is now full force anger staring down Shadowfall.
Stand.
Either one I failed because it's 64 and my highest is 47. So
you stare her. You give her that look. Quinn, go ahead and roll as well, just to see if you catch the look.
For alertness? 38, 31.
See, I think this would be hard because I think fundamentally April and Yuri are completely different, because April, like, her job before being with Delta Green, like in the paranormal, was like discovering the truth, where Yuri's has always been about hiding crap, so like, even though that's what she's supposed to do, like, her instincts are always going to run the other way.
See, he doesn't know that though.
And I don't, I
It's
get
the added
that.
tension, the story tension.
And you see that what you as players know, that they've lost contact with CDC flight 191 on its way to Butte, Montana. There was no report of malfunction, but the transponder placed the flight in Clearwater National Forest, Idaho, and a search and rescue team was sent out to the wreckage. That plane crashed. I need you all, well, at least right now, I need Quinn to roll sanity for helplessness.
Oh.
If you inform your cohorts about this, because if things were collected from the scene, there's a possibility that something like this is on that plane goes away. If you let them know, they have to roll sanity as well.
What would Quinn do? Would he tell us?
Roll 85.
With your high alertness, Dragonov, you just see that twitch of Agent Mr. T's face go up, and you see this look in his eyes. And with your high alertness, you see terror of helplessness in his eyes. Do you tell them, Quinn?
Is there any way to like notify just Yuri?
Well, can I roll to see if I would notice his look too?
Yeah.
No. 73 over 47.
Was focused on. You look up at
When I see the helplessness thing, like kind of just goes into that mode, the full force mode. He kind of like does like a full force like stomp over there almost, and like he grabs the laptop from him and he kind of puts it in front of his face and he's trying to see what he was looking at.
You see the briefing. It says exactly this. CDC loads unknown biological sample onto CDC Flight 191 secure. A small plane with a crew of 2 departs free, but Montana Air Control loses contact with Flight 191 after there's no report of malfunction. Transponder places flight in Clearwater National Forest, Idaho, 11:22 a.m. Search and rescue flights spot smoke and locate the wreckage of 191. CDC instructs rescuers to stay away from the wreckage. It is currently the morning of October. 2 days ago, the plane crashed, and the CDC told everyone to stay away. And you have this dark feeling in the pit of your stomach. Roll sanity for helplessness as you get this feeling.
44 under 69. He gives the laptop back to Quinn, and he goes and he steps out in the hall, and he's pulling up the app to make a call, and he's going to disclose what they've discovered so far, and this may be an exposure level threat they may need to do a like cleansing of that area. Just yeah.
Putting it in.
No, I'm texting him in the app, and then like if I'm stepping aside just in case a call is to come through, but he never knows what to expect with Delta Green, so he just step into his side because he knows that this is something that he has to do with the superior officer.
You see the bubble, Earth, Clearwater National Forest.
Yes.
That one, you just subverted one more of those creatures from getting out. You guys can mark this on your sheets however you want. Each of you get one free reroll because the role-playing in today's session was phenomenal. To use at any time, basically, if you get a bad roll and you want to reroll it, basically a fellowship.
Free reroll.
Scene by itself was phenomenal.
I really liked it for Yuri's character too, because like he doesn't normally say more than like 4 words in a sentence, So that was like deep. Yuri was spitting his Yoda.
What little Yoda he has.
Subverted a second one from getting out. And in the next session, you guys will probably hear about that on like another news broadcast or maybe like a radio broadcast when you guys are riding in a car. I'll figure it out. But there was a Ulee thing growing on that plane, and by sending that message, you subverted that because Delta Green would have had napalm over the forest within the hour.
I'm just glad my fire extinguisher worked. That was the only good luck I had this whole session.
That's not true. You gave me back a little sanity.
Too.
I spot the upgraded version of it. But as you guys could see, cleansing fire. Fire inflicts more cellular damage to the Ulee thing can regenerate. While fire is burning, new regeneration can occur, can insulate itself and assimilate any matter that comes into it, and it has that vulnerability to UV rays. So the only things that could have killed it before you made that luck roll was fire and UV, because it didn't say anything about chemicals harming it, which was an interesting thing. Which
Well, it was a good spinoff to deprive it of oxygen.
About these things. These things are made up of the cells. If there's some magic or whatever, they're kept alive, but they're made up of the cells of Daniel Ulee. So they're basically human for the most part. So of course, depriving it of oxygen would kill it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that until you said it.
This is Ulee 3, about 5 kilograms, still growing in the remains of Amanda Griffin. Barely distinguishable as a shape, most blue-white cartilage and musculature grown from internal organs and rudimentary eye-like structures randomly spaced. If disturbed by an examination of Griffin's body, it will cause a twitch to stir, and the torso is exposed surgically, seizing the examiner's hand. Yeah, you guys are doing really well. Really looking forward to the next session. We'll see how it goes from there.
When I hit my breaking point,
How close are you?
I'm 4 points from my breaking point.
Oh, I'm 6 now that you gave me one back. But I'm under 50. What are you?
49.
Hey, yeah, I'm 47. Yuri.
I have a long way. I'm nowhere near. Nowhere near. Y'all are like
Your breaking
tearing down
points,
your.
What you don't want is both of them to happen at the same time, because then I get temporary control of it while your character is getting this new thing. So I get to generate all this lore about your character right then and that. And if your character hits 0 sanity,
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm just glad we remembered. I remembered tonight. So I was like, oh no, they're gonna kill us. Yeah, I don't know why. Only the Discord notifications only show up like 50% of the time. Yeah.
what you should do is just get like a text.
Yeah. But yep, sounds good. Have a good night. Had fun.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
Senior message Discord. It's all just the personal Discord that we have just for this. I don't want everybody in there. I will be making a separate Discord for this later. Be patient. Eventually, you guys will have a Discord where you guys can interact with us. Maybe eventually a Patreon going or something like that. Being a game of Delta Green or something else with me as your GM or one of the others as a GM maybe. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like what you see here and you would like to give it a try, you can currently get this collector's edition of an Agent's Handbook on the Arc Dream website, as well as Amazon, or you could go to Retro RPG directly to their website and get a PDF copy of it as well yourself. People about Delta Green. Thank you all for choosing Family Quest Geek, and we will see you all. Hopefully, you guys will tune in Thursday for some Neon Skies, because we'll be playing some Neon Skies this Thursday night. Same time, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But tune in Sunday nights for some more Delta Green, and we will see you next time. Thank y'all.